About the director. We've talked about several people, and there's a guy I want to propose that we consider seriously. His name is Michael Buster. Michael's been working with us on the script. As a matter of fact, more than working with us on the script. Michael has been, our principal scriptwriter on Warrior. So Michael gets Saturday's Warrior. He understands it. We've been working on this thing for a couple of months right now. He has a music theater background. He's an actor. He's a singer. So Michael, tell us about your qualifications and why you think that you'd be a good director for Saturday's Warrior.
My earlier career was mostly in musical type things, which I quickly realized wasn't really what I wanted to do for a living. But I did become familiar with the story and the structure and the purpose of songs, what makes a musical have an opportunity to soar in ways that some feature films can't. And so I just kind of began to study more and more about structure, story, how to maintain a narrative over a long period of time. And then in my experience as an actor, I just have really learned how to work with other actors.
Well, one of the hardest things that we've sort of dealt with in the script is the tone, because there's this kind of cheeky sort of 70s Partridge Family feeling, but then there's also people dying.
Well, I think that's the most difficult challenge, honestly, is to make that transition. I think music can help us do that. I think also as we kind of set up our different characters, I think that with each character we'll have a certain expectation of what kind of tone's going to come in them, because it is very binary. If it's a Julie scene or a Kessler scene, it goes one direction, and if it's a Jimmy scene, it's a whole other animal. So I think part of it will just come down to the tone in terms of how we direct, and to the expectations in music.
I mean, obviously, as line producer, one thing that I'm kind of looking at is the budget.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's some really kind of big scenes and some big musical numbers, and my goal is to kind of get as much bang for the buck as possible. But I mean, what are your thoughts on how to do that?
I think that's probably the other thing, is in terms of with the budget we've got, we're going to have to be very judicial in where we decide to spend the funds on what.
Can you tell me a bit about your working procedure and how you like to work on set as far as a director goes?
I think every director's got to recognize how valuable and important their crew are. I think that's where the tone is set. And I think the actors, when they come into the set, feel that. They feel how everything's working amongst, everybody. And in my mind, I'm always trying to be open to letting the experts be experts in what they do, and being more of a listener than necessarily somebody who's always dictating. There are times where I feel strongly about something, but for the most part, I'm asking. I'm saying, look, this is how I see it. This is what I want. What do you think? How do you think it'd be best to go about this? I'm always trying to use their expertise to help everything be better. I'm very collaborative in that way.
I'm ready to go with Michael, and unless anybody has serious reservations.
No, I love everything you said so far.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it, Michael.
Cool.
Congratulations.
It's going to be fun.